Hang on. Let me explain how this one has come about. So a couple months back, I was asking people the question, what would you do if you knew you had a year to live?
I would.
And that's how I met this woman named Kerri. Now, I knew nothing about Kerri until one day we went for coffee and she told me the story about her daughter, Lauren. Lauren was 15 when she was diagnosed with brain cancer, and she sadly passed away when she was only 17. Kerri went on to tell me how much Lauren loved and adored elephants, and one of the things on her bucket list was to actually go on a safari. So, me being the person with the bright ideas, came up with a plan. And somehow that plan worked.
Oh my god. What the do you remember this vlog? It's not finalized yet, but... So I basically pitched to Intrepid this idea that I really wanted to take Kerri on this trip to Sri Lanka to see the elephants, which is something that Lauren was never going to get the opportunity to do. They said yes. Kerri and I are going to Sri Lanka.
So let me now explain what happened next. With Intrepid agreeing to send Kerri and I both over to Sri Lanka for an 8-day safari to see the elephants in the wild, all that was left to do was to tell Kerri about the big surprise. And what better way to do that than to bring her onto my podcast?
So today's a really special day. Today I am going to go and record a podcast. There was a part of Kerri's story that I couldn't let go of. That brings me to right now. We have settled on surprising Kerri, which is happening today, with a safari trip to Sri Lanka. I don't think I've ever been so nervous to the point where I've had to change my clothes because I am sweating so much. This is probably the biggest surprise thing that I've done for anybody, literally flying someone to another country to experience something that is a dream of theirs. I'm really nervous. I don't know where to go from here. Fingers crossed she says yes. It's gonna be a really awkward vlog if she says she doesn't want to do it, so. There's so much shit. This is where I'm at. Anyway, I'm running late and I need to go. I actually don't think I've ever been this nervous to record a podcast in my life. Ah! Oh my god, we're here and we're about to go and tell her and do this podcast and I'm freaking out. I'm sweating again. Hello?
Hello, yes. Lauren loves elephants. I'd love to go to Africa and see the elephants in the wild. And that was on part of Lauren's bucket list. It's about saying yes to the opportunity. Give it a go.
Yeah.
What do you have to lose?
This was a very special episode.
Can you actually tell how nervous I am? And then the moment finally arrived. It was time to share with Kerri the big surprise.
I haven't told you a big part of why this episode is really special. Your story not only touched me, but I actually reached out to my friends at Intrepid Travel. You and I are going to be going in August on an 8-day safari to Sri Lanka.
What?
Would you like to come with me to Sri Lanka?
Yes, I would! Oh my god! Oh my god!
So how does it feel now that we're going to Sri Lanka? Oh my god!
I can't believe it! I can't believe it. And to see elephants in the wild.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Bye guys.
Bye, Ellen. See you, Ellen. Bye.
She said yes. Oh my god. That was one of the best things I've ever done in my life.
But wait. It didn't even take the universe a week to mess up my plans, because this started happening.
Sri Lanka's energy minister says his country has less than a day's worth of fuel left.
An economic crisis in Sri Lanka.
Protesters in the capital, Colombo, have stormed the president's house, that's according to local media.
So now with so much uncertainty in the air and not really knowing what was going on, well, I don't even know if we're going to be going anymore to Sri Lanka and if this trip's even going to go ahead because of all the stuff that's happening there. I'm just waiting to kind of hear back. It just sucks because it was all planned out and ready to go. But if life has taught me anything, it is A, you should never give up, and B, you should always try and stay optimistic. And that's exactly what I did. And lo and behold, a miracle basically happened. I don't know who is listening up there and who really wants this trip to happen, but whoever's listening, thank you, because there's now a new plan, and this plan is almost just as good, if not better, than the original plan, because we're going to Kenya. Africa was the original destination on Lauren's bucket list, and now it is actually happening. We are going to Africa to fulfill this bucket list item. What even is my life right now? Thank you, Intrepid. You've literally just blown this completely out of the water. Oh my God. I have to tell Kerri. So I called Kerri for a coffee. She brought her daughter Sophie along, and it was time to share the news once again.
So I don't know if you were paying attention to what's going on in Sri Lanka.
I was once again shitting myself and going round and round in circles till I finally got to the point of the story where I was telling her that Intrepid said,
Otherwise, we can send you to Kenya.
oh my God. Safe to say that Kerri was surprised and excited at the same time.
You can't keep doing this to me.
That's yes?
Yes.
We're going to Kenya.
So now that Africa was 100% confirmed, all that was left to do was to book the flights.
I'm about to call Kerri and tell her that the flights are booked. The flights have officially been booked. It's real. It's happening.
Get immunized.
I am officially all vaxxed.
And also brush up on our African drumming skills.
5, 6, 7, go.
Which brings us to today. With the new plan in motion, we will be heading to Kenya and South Africa. It's been months and months of trying to plan this and make this thing happen. Shit has gone wrong, left, right, and center, constantly. And it's felt like at times that I wanted to just throw in the towel and say this is too hard. But it just goes to show that these chapters that we're in at the moment in life, sometimes you don't know the title of that chapter until it's happened and you're looking back at it going, wow, that's exactly why I had to go through that. And that kind of feels like this whole journey and this process of trying to pull this off and having everything go wrong all at once sometimes. It just kept teaching me that lesson that this is just a chapter in a story and you don't know what the title is yet. But if you're just patient and you wait a little while longer, it's going to be worth it in the end. Thank you again to Intrepid Travel for making this one happen. I couldn't have done this without those guys. If you guys are interested in seeing the world and traveling to different countries and having new experiences that are a little bit different, check out Intrepid's website for all their tours. They do so many. It's worth looking at if you're looking for a new adventure. It's really crazy to think where I was just a year ago. I mean, if you had said to me at the beginning of this year that I would be going to Africa with a woman that I just met 4 months ago, I don't think that I would have believed you. But that's the most beautiful part of life. When you stop trying to force what's actually not meant for you and you just start to make room and space and way for the things that are meant for you, the universe starts to align everything to be in your favor. I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned, not just through this entire process, but in the last 6 months, is that life is literally a privilege. It is a privilege to be here every single day, and it's something that we tend to take for granted way too often. I think when you start to look at life as this journey and not this constant problem that needs fixing, it starts to get a lot more purposeful and meaningful. And if we keep telling ourselves that life is too short, maybe we need to look at what we're wasting our time on, because life isn't short if you don't waste it. So I'm just gonna leave you with this last little bit. Embrace the uncertainty that is life, because some of the most beautiful chapters in life, they don't have titles until afterwards. And if you spend too much time trying to fix or change or rearrange the chapter that you're currently in, you're gonna miss the most beautiful moments that are right in front of you. That's it for my little philosophical spiel and this week's vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thank you to all 4,015 of you, haha. And I will see you back here next week. Goodbye. It's kind of funny how that's now become my outro. Like, what even is that? I don't even know, but we're just gonna roll with that. All right, bye. I said you're like the Australian Ellen. Thank you.